I just got bags from Prada. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones right.
Well, it's the Chargers holding starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's 4. Yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Darnold now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Preston Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12.
Tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw, Darnold, flushed out right. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold on 1st down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On first down, it's Darnold. Rolling to his right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That touchdown certainly a welcome sight. Remember, they were shut out last week. They talked to us about getting early momentum. Well, here you go in the opening quarter.
Got to rebuild confidence, because when you get shut out, I don't care how strong you are mentally, you've got to take a step back and say, okay, what just happened here? Because nothing that we were doing worked well enough to get into the end zone, and that's a nice confidence-building drive, one that puts it in the end zone to give them an opportunity.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back. out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incomplete.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Ross on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. He's got the hook up to Floyd. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the draw, here's White. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Jamison Crowder, 82 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
After they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Darnold on third down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
49's a month. 49's a month. Silver. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Darnold, and this is forward, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Darnold. He completes this one to Mack. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Mike, 49. Check 24.
Darnold to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Darnold now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Darnold looking for his running back, and he's got him. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to run with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Let's go.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Quentin Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the Chargers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now here's Ross. Good coverage there, an even 50-yard punt leads to a return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me outside. Mike 52.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Check.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bortles. It's complete. James White. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. James White with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy had
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's third down now. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Darnold from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a giveaway. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Come on, set. Head away. 53, check 53. Here we go. Ready?
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On is the Chargers punter now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Darnold into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards, a first down. The this one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter play. Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and he rifles one incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
It's brought in by Floyd. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, my 7. I'm coming after you.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So that throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again, Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Mack into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Mack, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jets are going to retake the lead. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The throw over the middle, taken in. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's is Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw, Darnold. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
He's got the hook up to Floyd. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by Allen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
60 out more.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Bortles now on first down. This is White on the screen. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Bortles. On the catch, it's Crowder. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And Darnold wants to throw the football. Got a man open. It's Ross. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, exit.
Now it's Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a fourth down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores, so, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Chargers now down by 11. At time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. Bortles. It's caught. This is White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Now Bortles. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing his Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
How many of y'all came to win?
When they asking my name, huh? S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna play with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Get shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find.